not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. I'm Elijah, and what you listen to is part 5 of the fallen demons. That's what you're looking to. All right, you know the drill. Banned from the Bible, 3 books in one. Last should be first, and first should be last. So that's how you read it. Now, those know you know that I'm not professional and trying to be professional. I'm trying to get a message across to you. That's what I'm trying to be. So that's the book. That's the first book. So now you should be able to hear some of my videos. So you know the apocrypha, everything in there. Um, Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, faith, patience, prophecies, righteous judgments. The book that we are on now, Testament of Solomon. Got to know your demons. Got to know your demons. Book of the 12 Patriarchs. Book where I'm here to return your horse back to the fathers. So, and all those what they add up to the Holy Bible. So the Holy Bible came from somewhere, and that's why Jesus told you. I mean, yeah, Jesus told you, and also Solomon told you. There's a reason, a person for every. There's a reason and a purpose for everything under the sun. So I'm Elijah, and don't forget this book, the Gospel of Thomas, Master got Thomas, Mary, and John. We're gonna get into that too. All right, so now you'll have 2 dreams. Now, uh, I went to bed late last night, so I told you, say you gotta go to bed. So if you go to bed like you're supposed to be and say your prayers like you ought to, then you'll have dreams. Now you might not remember all the dreams, you might remember only 2 or 3 of the dreams. And so, but if you go to bed like I did last night, stay up to 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, but there's a reason, a purpose for everything under the sun. And so I don't remember none of the dreams. I know I dreamed, but I never remember. But I told you I have dreams. I have a whole lot of dreams. That was God, Lord, God bless me. All right, let me tell you how it started. Uh, I had a dream, and in the dream, I had this dream twice. But I went, because I didn't know, I went into uh, the movie theater. I went into a movie theater, and they had this movie playing. They had one movie playing. So I was there with someone, and so when you have dreams, most of the times, if you're going in a storehouse, that means that the Lord God gonna give you something. So if you have a dream where you're shopping in a storehouse or you're shopping in the meat market, or you're in a place where they have a whole lot of items or things of that nature, that means you're gonna give it. Now you also have a storehouse where I want to tell you about that part later. They also have storehouse where other things go on. But anyway, so that was the first dream, so I didn't know what that was. Man, come on. Man, you're not serving God. What you're doing, you run to these church houses and you run behind what these preachers say and what these preachers are doing, and they're doing no more than keeping you bounded by this wicked system. That's what they are doing. Man, just trying to tell you how wicked they are and how deep this wickedness goes. That's what I'm doing. That's what the Lord God bless me to bless you. That's what's going on. So if you don't take heed, that's up to you. Next dream I had, I was at a movie theater on the outside, not on the inside, and they showed me about 6 movies that was playing. You know, I don't remember the title, but I remember that there was about 6 movies playing. Next thing you know, man, I started dreaming, having these dreams, and boy, and start remembering the dream. That's what happened. And so that was happening. So that's 2 dreams right there for you. So let's get into this. Let's get into where we stopped at. So now we stopped at lesion. We're gonna repeat that. This page Jewish Core Review Testament of Solomon. We're gonna stick by page 28. So on page 28 we stopped as legion. And he said, I praise the Lord God of heaven and bid another demon come forward, and they came before me, one in the form of a lion, and answered me, saying, O king, in the form of which I have, I am a spirit quite incapable of being perceived. So after I said that, Then I told you about the line on MGM. So you have we can't conceive that's what they're doing. They have it right in front of your face, and you never conceive that these people are worshiping demons right there in front of your face. So you can't perceive that. Come on, man, right in front of your face. I'm the same way too. You gotta admit when you're wrong. You gotta admit when somebody that got you. Gotta admit it, bro. They've been running that on us like it's nothing. But now is the time for all that to come to light. The truth pressed around will rise again, and the arc of the universe always swings towards justice, or bends towards justice. So now it's that time. So they want to get out, and they thought they had our homeland, but they know they can't have our homeland because that's about to be the tag, and God will clean it up because it's time for us to go home. So they want to rush over there to Armenia in Russia. So that's what's going on. So you listen to Pastor Darby, that was somebody who told you what they was trying to do also. So that mean, you don't have to believe me, go research it. And if you listen to any one of my channels, any one of the programs that I have, I told you what they was doing and where to find it. So you got to go research it. You can research it through me, but I'd rather for you research it now. All right. And I stood and asked him, he said, okay, in the form I have, I am quite incapable of being perceived. Upon all men who lie prostrate with sickness, I leap, coming stealthily along, and I render the man weak, so that his habit of his body is enfeebled. So you know how I have habits and they take you over. But I have another glory, okay? I cast out demons, I have legions under my control, and I am capable of being received and dwelling places along with all the demons belong to legions under me. All right. So let's go. We're going to start right there. Where we starting at right there? Legions. So that we're going because you know what, Jesus told asked the demon. That's why Jesus asked the demon, said, who are you? And he said, legion. And he said, asked him, why are you legion? Because I am many. All right. So that's what Jesus, but really Jesus was just exposing him. Yeah, Jesus will let you know about legion. So for this day and time that we are in now. So let's go. Let's find out what legion is. All right, we go in Matthew chapter 26. Matthew 26, verse 53. All right, let's go out. Let me say. I said, Jesus put it again to sword to his place, and all take the sword shall perish with the sword. That was Jesus said to him. Thinkest thou not I come not to pray to my Father, and he shall presently give me more than 12? Oh, that's a different legion. That's the 12 legion of angels. What Jesus gonna have? Wait a minute. Wait, legion. So maybe I typed in the wrong thing. Let's see, type it out. I'm gonna get it. Just give me time. Be patient. Give me time. You should have patience by now with me, especially with a man like me. Man, come on. All right. Mark chapter 5. Mark chapter 5, verse 9. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's get the thing up. All right, I told you about the dream I had with the demon. And they came over to the side of the sea into the country. All right, Gadanerus, G-A-D. Gardanis. I don't know why my tongue ties every morning. Gadares. Mark 5. And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit. So you know, I told you how those demons like to hide in caves and dwell in places where nobody else are. The prefaces. Who had this dwelling among the tombs? No man could bind him, no, not with chains, because you have all them demons on him. All right, now these demons are already in Jerusalem, so how they get in Jerusalem? Come on, man. You know how they got in Jerusalem? Because they worship him. And demons go where people worship him at. Because Daddy had been often bound with fetters and chains. Fetters and chains had plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broke in pieces, neither could any man tame him. Many came him. And, and always, night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs crying and cutting himself with stones, as the demons doing that. They like flesh. But when he saw Jesus fall, he ran and worshiped him. So now, the man, that's the man, that ain't the demons, that's the man, because he tired of them demons attacking him, doing things. And we got to become the same. I got tired, man. Tell you the truth, I got tired. All them lies, that's not just me lying. You get tired of hearing other people lying, and they come in the church house like they so much that they go, because God make them tell it. Yeah, true story. When you know when I say true story, that means something that happened in the flesh. So I'm in a Seventh-day Adventist church, and God sent me there. So I'm there, and as I'm there, you know, they arrogant. They like to boast and brag and tell about their past exploits. So they had this woman there, and because I come from Magnolia Project, which is about a block or two from the start of the project. It's about a block or two from the church. So I was a little boy. We went to all the churches around there. The women that lived in the project, they took the children, and if one of them was a church-going person, they take them to go to church. My mom was to send me to church, to Sunday school and all those different things. But we had a lady named Miss White, and Miss White had three grown sons, and they was going to college. Man, these guys was highly intelligent. Man, I met so many highly intelligent men when I was in the projects, but I just couldn't understand it because I was a child and they was um, adults, teenagers. So I couldn't understand that. But anyway, so they used to take us to church, and so the Seventh-day Adventist church I never went to, even though it was that close. So the woman that's in there now, she telling the story. So this actually telling the story. She said this deacon or whoever was in charge of the church at the time, because they used to go out and canvass and do those type of things, and told them, say, don't go to the projects. Tell them just like that. That's what she said. Say, brother so-and-so, or whoever he was, said, we had never told us never to go to projects, never enter into them. So that's the law of God telling her to go bring out the truth now and tell you how they really are. Because when you go to that church, when you go to Seventh-day church, when Dr. King told you about they had a church where other people don't count. So they want doctors, lawyers, nurses, anybody of a professional. So they don't want no anybody. Then the color of your skin, man. You go in there with that red man, or a man with a lighter colored skin, or white. Man, they all of a sudden fly to you and treat you like you some type of god or something. Yeah, that's what they do, man. And so as she was praying, I said, that's the devil trying to get me riled up and all that foolishness. And that's, I call it foolishness in a minute. Pride, nothing but foolishness. That's all she was talking about, pride. And they like that right now in the day. Right now in the day. So when I go in there, I tell them nothing. I never tell them how much about my education, what I'm doing, or anything. I just tell them nothing. They go in there, and the way they look at me, they see me, because I'm like this, I'm like this. I'm in sackcloth all the time, all the time. So just like when I go in the stores, the same thing. And so they feel like I don't count because I don't come in there in that facade with them clothes on and driving a certain kind of car and speaking a certain type of way. Like the Lord God said, bending my tongue. I gotta bend my tongue for to impress you. You man. Your time is so limited on this earth, you don't know, man. You, like the Lord God said, you like the wind that passes by, never to return again. That's what King David said. We're going back to lesson. I'm going back to lesson. All right. So, for he said unto him, come out of the man, thou unclean spirit. Now this Jesus demanded that he come out. And he asked him, what is thy name? And he answered, saying, my name is Legion, for we are many. And he besought him he besought him much that he would not send them away out of the country. Because, man, they love Jerusalem. Because they have all their partners and the turmoil Jews and all them worship these demons. Yeah, they worship them demons. All right. We go on to something else. All right. So wait, let's see. I'm trying to find out and come to see. All right. So we're gonna skip down. The boy forward gave him leave, and the unclean spirit went out into the swine and rained violently down the step, and they choked themselves. All right. So Jesus, and then come Jesus. He said this. St. Mark chapter 5. And they come to Jesus and see what was possessed the devils, and he had the legion sitting clothed in his right mind, and they was afraid. And they saw and told him how it befell him with present silence. So, and they began to pray and depart from out the coast. But you know, the people got mad. Yeah, people got mad because Jesus had cast the demons into the swines, and swines ran off the cliff and killed themselves. They did that intentionally, so to rile up the people against Jesus. And that's the way a lot of people are. A lot of people are that way. They don't look at the good. They look at the monetary funds, the monetary. So they look at the funds that they done lost and what they have lost, but you can get that back. You can get that back. This man is free from all them demons that have been plaguing him, and they had got a hold of him. Now the bigger question, well, then how did those demons get a hold of that man? They could have got a hold of that man any kind of way. Because why? You got the turmoil Jews, jealous. They could have been jealous of the man, and had the man come over here and do this here, and then boom, the demons dropped and jumped in. All I can do is just tell you. That's all I tell you. All right. So now we found that out. So now let's go to the next. Him cast out Beelzebub. That what he said. He said cast out demons. All right. Let's see if we can get that. We're gonna see that. Let's see if I can get that for you. If I can get it right fast. Oh, nope. Let me see. Wait a minute. Let's try something else. All right. Nope, can't do that. All right, that's okay. I'm saying, not somebody, you know, when you ride some people go to that scripture right there. Let me see. We gonna think. Let me see. I'm gonna find the scripture, and while I'm finding the scripture, we're gonna still talk. So anyway, all right, we're gonna say Beelzebub. Let's try Beelzebub. See if we're gonna cast out demon by Beelzebub. All right. Let's go to Matthew chapter 12. Matthew's chapter 12. But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, all right, let's see what's going on. Matthew's chapter 12. All right. Start that word. In his name should the Gentiles trust. All right, so that's the law of God. Then was brought unto him and possessed with a devil, blind, dumb, and he healed him, and so much that the blind and dumb both spake and saw. That was Jesus said. Let me stop for that for a second or two. Well, a few minutes. You go in this church house, these people don't never, you got these people going there, and some of them have all type of illness and things going on, and if you have a God, Lord God said you should be able to heal these people. That's what he says. He said, if you have me, you should be able to heal these people. And told the spirit of prophecy. That's what this is about. Not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, said the Lord of hosts. And I told you find that in Revelation chapter 19. And say, what is the spirit of prophecy? What is the spirit of prophecy? That was Jesus said. Spirit of prophecy. So that we should find that spirit of prophecy is Jesus' spirit. That's what he said. I'm not going to chapter 19, 5. You go find. But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, this fellow do not cast out demons but by Beelzebub, the prince of devils. So how did they know that? That's the question. And how did he know that? And he's a Pharisee that told him that. Because that's what they was doing. They did it then and they're doing it now. And that's how they do. They teach their children, say, look, this is how you're going to be on top. And they teach, directly, indirectly, they teach them that's how they teach and they keep them on top. Just like this thing with this, they call it racism or whatever, black and white thing, whatever you want to call it. And that's a taught thing. That's not a natural thing. That's a taught thing. And they teach them that and say, long as y'all stick together, I'm going to read that to you. That when we get to the Apocrypha, that's where they tell you how they stick together. And long as they stick together, right or wrong or indifferent, long as you stick together, now y'all going to rule everything. And that's them demons. That's them demons. But now, and look what Jesus tells them. And Jesus knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And every city and house divided against itself should not stand. All right, let's go. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. And how should then his kingdom stand? Wow, Jesus told him. And if I, by Beelzebub, cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore, they shall be your judges. But if I cast out devils by the Spirit of God, then the kingdom of God is come unto you. That's right. That's what he told him. That's what he told him. So he got more than that. So that's Matthew chapter 12. Before we go on to the next demon. So he told him, say, it's true. He told him, if he said, Jesus said, if I cast out devils by Beelzebub, then who your children cast them out by? And so I told you when I was over there in Jerusalem, and they do it all over that, how they wear these things. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. I'm gonna leave it right there. So let's go to the next demon. So that's the lion bearer, and that's, we know demons can cast out demons. So when you see them, one more thing. So when you see these preachers and pastors and things like that, and they are the preachers and the pastors, you know who I'm talking about, the ones that be on TV with the David, with the stone and the water and those different things, and you thinking that something that came to mind right quick. And I'll show you that they show you that on television. I was watching. I was watching Supernatural one time, and they did that on Supernatural. But also, lately I have been watching, not the Twilight Zone. Oh man, they come on Outer Limits, and they showed it on the Outer Limits, and I know they didn't show it on Twilight Zone. So these people, these tormented Jews, been doing this. And if you listen to the Children of the Real, keep on forgetting that guy. I haven't been to his channel in a while. And if you listen to him, he tell you that they call it a lesser magic. A lesser magic. All right. I'm going to tell you this. When I first was thinking about what the guy was telling me about, man, I paid no attention to that. Because that's how they teach it. Teach it that, man, that's not real. That's something he's just saying, and that's not of God and of those things. Okay. So when the night came, I went to, he tell you, Tramantra or whatever they say when he be pressing in those numbers and everything. So I went pressing those numbers and things, put in words, and I didn't know what I was doing. I'll tell you, I had no idea what I was doing. No idea. And so I had two dreams. So on the first dream, man, I dreamed, boy, and it was so real. And boy, Lord God showed me. He showed me all that they was doing. All that he showed me. Showed me all that they was doing. And boy, it was so real. Man, that was so real. And Lord God showed me. So watch yourself dealing with those the numbers and things that he's dealing with, because that's a special talent, that's a special gift that he had. And once you have the law of God and keeping the Sabbath day, And being holy, those things can't take control of it. They can't do nothing. They can't even touch it. And God wants you to let you know that those things are real. So the next dream I had a dream about they got a woman here, a newscaster, very beautiful woman, highly intelligent, well educated, and King Solomon told you that excellent speech does not become a fool. So intelligent, excellent speech do not become a fool. So I'm not going to look that up for you because you have to learn how to go search and seek out things because that's what God wants you. God don't want you that sacrifice. Oh, I get up and I make sure I go to church every Sunday and I make sure I be ready every Sunday. That's a sacrifice you're doing, but God's not interested in that. God told you, I'm interested in you to have the knowledge of me. That's what he said. But anyway, so I'll tell you, their name is Sheba Turk. And boy, they done her some things for God to show me the things that she had done unto her. So I'm walking down, and so anybody been in around, we're gonna say any river area. So you know how river areas are. And they had these little stores and things. So I walk in this store, and boy, they had these two black women came in there, and that woman, that black woman said, what are you doing here? Get out of here. Why are you here? And then you hear a voice in the back said, a voice in the background with a man that deal with those type of sorceries and different things like that. And the women in the front who was at the desk, they knew that he was back there. And so I hear a voice say, tell him, say, I don't remember everything. Say, I got it written down. You know how to write things down. Okay, if I find it, fine. If I don't find it, it's all right. And so he said, who that is? Let him come on. You see how I help those girls from Ursuline Academy. That's what he said. He said, let them come on back here. You see how I help, or you know how I help those girls or those women of Ursuline Academy. So see how, so that's what he said. And that's what he said. Then the woman that was there, and she knew that what he was doing, she came to say, get out of here, don't you never come back here. Never come back to this place. Just like that. That's what she told me. But anyway, so I hope that woman didn't do that because God has been giving me about 2 or 3 dreams, and this woman here is this woman has integrity. And they done her some things. Oh yeah, I know what they done. She don't think that I know, but I know what they done. But she held on to her integrity. So that's you know, I have dreamed about a lot of celebrities. God showed me. You think I didn't have a dream about celebrities? Man, do I have dreams about celebrities? All right. So now we know that the answers above, and know that how these people that's casting out some of these demons and everything, and you can tell them because how they do, you can tell them. And they don't know. They don't know that they're using the devil to cast out devils. They don't know it. They don't know it. All right, some of them might, I don't know. All right, so I said to him, I adjure thee in the name of thy God. All right. So I said to him, I adjure thee in the name of the God Sabbath. So that's the God of the Sabbath. You know what that is, a God. To tell me by what name thou art frustrated along with thy host. And the Spirit answered me, the great among men who has suffered many things at the hands of men, whose name is the figure 664, which is Emmanuel. And he it is whom has bound us, and whom will then come and plunge us from the steep underwater. He is noised abroad, and in 3 letters which bring him down. He is noised abroad, and 3 letters brings him down. So we gonna, excuse me for a minute. We gonna say, I told you, man, don't worry about it. Whatever thing I do, blow my nose, wipe my face, well, you're not here for that. What you're here for me to tell you or show you where you can find the information and go on and get the information. That's it. Once you hear me say, we found such and such in the Testament of Solomon, You don't have to listen to me no more. You go there and read it for yourself. That's how this works. Okay, so now, so we know Jesus is 664. We know his name. But this is the thing that gets me. So now you got to understand, Solomon wrote this. So how many years was it before Jesus came on the scene after Solomon? How many years, how many centuries was? How many years? So how many generations? So they go by generations. So how many generations it was between Jesus and Solomon? How many generations? 14 generations, something like that. I don't know. I didn't research how many generations, but if I research it might come out to be 14. But anyway, so how many jubilees? They say jubilees. All right, so now let's see. I told you the devils know the future. The devil know the prophecies, and the devil see the future. When you saw Notre Dame got down there, and whatever he did, they showed him everything. Child True Chain, I think his name Child True Chain. He was Chinese, and he had the props and everything. So another thing, when people don't understand, every race of people, every nation of people, they have their own prophecy. Yeah, God gave each one their own prophecy, and they gave them the prophecy from dinner time. So I like my dad and them people prophecy. The Indian, man, if you get into prophecy and know prophecy and how they say it, because each one of them have their own special way of saying it, man, you get into that. But what happened, why Notre Dame was scared, there's a reason for everything under the sun. So why Notre Dame came at the time he came, and he came into a turmoil time where they was killing anything that had anything to do with prophecy, because they figured that he was a witch, a devil, a demon. So he had to really disguise it. So if you unlock that code, you got another code. You did good. And also too bad change, because everybody knows that one thing you know about a person that prophesied, he's a dead man. He's a dead man walking. But in my case, I know what they're gonna do, man. The people been done. That's all they do. That's what the devil come to do: lie, cheat, steal, and kill. Man, you gotta know that. Lie, cheat, steal, and kill. That was the devil come. He's a murderer. He's a murderer. That's what he did. That's what. So then you gotta listen to me. All right, yeah. Okay. Now, so we know that this was way before Jesus had came. So then he said, this was the devil telling him. So he said, he will come and plunge us from the steep to the water. So they know that they're going to just finish reading to you where they told us, we lead you, send us into those swines, and we'll go under their water. So that's what the devil said. Way back then, the demons were telling. And he noised abroad in 3 letters which bring him down. So they already know they was going to kill him. What Jesus know too, that's what he came here. He told you he came here for the die. And told you many other things. He can tell you all God's secrets and mystery. You go find it out for yourself. Read it and research it. He'll tell you. If you do the right thing, he told me. So I know he'll tell you. But anyway, so now, 3 letters. What's the 3 letters? Here lies Jesus, the King of the Jews. Remember man, wow, I'm moving too fast. That's what it is. Let me slow down. Man, it was on the tip of my tongue. And he wrote down, man that washed his hand. Now I can see, wait a minute. Pontius Pilate. Remember when he said, when you write down there in 3 letters, here lies Jesus, here lies the King of the Jews, and said, don't write that. Don't write that. And that's what he did, them 3 letters. And so that's what he was talking about. So the demons knew what was going to happen way back there. And I saw they didn't know the gist of what they, but they couldn't stop that. They couldn't stop that. Why? Because you have demons can only do so much. They're not flesh. They can get you to choose. So that's why the Lord God, I was telling this young man that the other day. They always tell you about, oh, sin lies at the door. Sin lies at the door. Sin lies at the door. You do that, sin lies at the door. Well, but they never tell you, say, righteousness is that. wisdom is also at the door all the time too. So you have a choice to choose up. That's why when you go to the book of the 12 patriarchs, they tell you also righteousness is there, wisdom is there, and you can choose wisdom also. So, but they never teach you that. Why? Because they want you still, they want you to have your mind set on sin. That's why I keep telling people, and I tell you all the time. So that's why every time you look at these television programs, that's why they always got fornication, because what? Only we can destroy us. Nobody else can destroy us. We have to destroy ourselves. We have to break the Sabbath, the Holy Covenant. We have to commit fornication. I just read that to you. And I just read it to you, man. Go, man. Just go ahead, you know. Don't anger God. Don't anger God. So when God tells you he wants you to go find these things out yourself, and I tell you where to go find that, because God gave and showed me where to go find that, and I tell you to go find it. It's up for you to go research it. It's up to you. Yeah. And then you got some of y'all been reading the Bible all your lives. You have. You've been reading these Bibles all your life, and you still haven't unfolded to you. Why? Because they're teaching you 9 commandments. Still, the one most important commandment is the Sabbath day, and to keep it holy. They're talking about like these 7-day Adventists do. They keep the Sabbath day, but they do everything else wrong. And the Tomahawk Jews do the same thing. Because when I was in Jerusalem, yeah, they kept the Sabbath, but look, they were lying, cheating, stealing, and everything else from me. And tried to kill me. Might have tried to kill me about 2 or 3 times. But what? You think I'm worried about the man? Come on, bro. Come on. Don't worry about that. Can't do nothing. How many times they tried to kill Jesus? Come on, bro. All right, so Pontius Pilate wrote the 3 letters down. Okay, I'll do that for you. I'll find the 3 letters. Let me see. Let me see how much time we have left. How much time we have left? Oh, man, we have, come on, you. We have 8 minutes left, so I guess I'll do it. I guess I'll do it. Now, what we're looking for, the 3 letters. Here's the letter, King of the Jews. So we're going to type in King of the Jews. King, Jews. Let's see, it might come up. Might. All right, so let's see what you got. All right. Pontius Pilate. Pontius Pilate. Let's see which one we're going to go to. All right. Here you go. We're going to Luke chapter 23, verse 38. Luke chapter 23, verse 38. We're going to get to the lesson. Don't worry about it. When you're on a job, cutting grass, whatever, you have something that you can turn this on, listen to it, and laugh, and boy, say, oh, the house. Man, listen to that man. You're going to have a good time. That's what it's about. True story. You know when I say true story, it means something happened in the flesh. I'm going to stop telling you that. My daddy used to see, man, I'm talking about serious when it comes to God. Man, I forgot I was supposed to tell you a dream about that. I'll tell you that later. And my dad used to see, bro, and I was so down and unhappy, bro, because I was really, because I was serious about God that before those 7-day Adventists got a hold of me, before I had drunk that Kool-Aid. But anyway, so my daddy called me aside and says, come here, son. And I came over there to him, and he said, Lord God, Jesus came here to make you happy, not to make you unhappy. Just like he said, because I was having a time of it, boy. I was having a time of it. And that's what he told me that. It took me a long time to find the real happiness in suffering and the real happiness into Lord Jesus. Why? Because all these people want is money, filthy lucre. They don't want to tell you the truth. They don't want to tell you, because they don't suffer themselves. The least little suffering, they don't want to do that. Whatever they have to do to keep their air conditioning running, keeping up their facade, that's what they do. Bending their tongue, make you think like they're so highly educated, so highly intelligent. That's how they act. That's how they act. But you have to always remember what he said. Only what you do for Christ shall last. Again, repeat that. Only what you do for Christ shall last. So when I started really suffering, really doing what's right, then I became happy because I know I was suffering doing what was right for a certain thing. Okay, let's go. Luke, the 23rd chapter, the 38th verse. Luke 28, 38. Let me see. Let me see. Let's go a little farther. Let's go a little farther. Uh, we're gonna start at chapter 30, verse 35. Luke 23rd chapter, verse 35. And the people stood, behold, and the rulers also would deride him, saying, save other, let him save himself, if he be Christ, the chosen of God. And then he said, he be Christ, chosen of God. Okay, I want to tell you, that story one day. And the soldiers also mocked him, coming to him and offered him vinegar. Offered him vinegar. And saying, if thou be king of Jews, save thyself. And then he said, and a subscription also was written over him in the letters of Greek, Latin, and Hebrew. 3 letters. See? Was written over him letters, 3 letters. Scripture all written over him in letters of Greek, Latin, and Hebrew. Those are 3 letters. This is the king of the Jews. That's it. So now we know we know what the demon was talking about way back then. Okay, prophecy have to be fulfilled. I tell, and all this is about prophecy. You over in this land, you leaving this land, these people being destroyed. Go read, go live. I told you where to find it at. You can read it to yourself what's going to happen on the day we become a nation, on the day we get our sovereignty back. What's going to happen to these people? It's happening now. Let me explain something to you. When the Lord God came to me, and I really decided, I started back keeping, not the Sabbath, but the covenant. Because them people keeping the Sabbath, but they're not keeping the covenant. So if you man keep a covenant, the statutes and the judgment, Jesus said, if you keep these things, you should live in them. That's what he said. Well, I guess I'll find it up to you. I'll get it. I mean, I had 8 minutes before I start to have to get up and start the next lesson out. All right, let's see. All right, we're gonna say live in. That's what you're gonna put. We're just gonna put live in. Live in. Okay, then we're gonna go. Where we find it at? Find that in the book of Isaiah. Let me see if it's gonna come straight up. Sometimes it come up. What? Let's see if it's gonna come up. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Let's give it a second. All right, it wasn't in that one. So she'll do. He shall live in judgment. It's about judgment. All right. Wait a minute. That's all right. We'll do it this way. You have the right judgment. Oh, wait a minute, judgment. I don't see it. I know it's gonna have a whole lot of him come up. All right. All right, we're gonna see. I mean, I'm taking my time. The reason why I'm taking my time is because you need to know this and get my time over it. My time's already. Time is almost up, and I just want you to understand what's going on. And if you got to keep his covenant, so if you keep his covenant, statutes, and judgment, you should live in them. And what you say, which is what man do, he should live in. So when I was going to Seventh-day Adventist church and everything, all they do is keep the Sabbath. They don't keep that holy covenant. They don't do it. And so you get caught up in that Sabbath day. Next thing you do, you working like a dog, and you bringing 700 or more tithes every week into them, or more. Because why? Because they didn't psych you up and got you pain, thinking you can pain that you're gonna go to heaven. I'm gonna pay and do these things and go to church all the time and do these sacrifices that what they are. There's no more than sacrifice. Um, then I'm gonna uh, that's my time. That's my time. Then I'm gonna make it to the kingdom, just like just like what them people name the Catholics. Yeah, just like they do this, go out there and do all them offerings and burn. Oh, so all right. Let me see, live there. So I mean, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. All right, let's see. Well, I try to find it. I'm gonna find it. But my time is up. I know I'm gonna give you a few seconds. Cover it. Uh, let's see now. Oh, let me see something. Let's try. Because it's not easy. It's not easy sometimes because your mind be working so fast and you can't think of what how you gotta type it in a certain way. And if you type it in that way, it'll come up. So I'm not typing it. So all right, main do. Let's see. Let's try main do. So if you don't do it, that. So anyway, back to them. Oh man, I go there, man. Next thing you know, I'm trapped. I'm in this box. Oh yeah, man, I'm in this box and I can't get look like she said. What happened? See, man, I got into the people, bro, and I was doing everything. And then on the Sabbath, I keep the Sabbath, and how I was keeping the Sabbath, I'll go home and on the Sabbath, go home and act like just another day. I can't go do no work outside. And then if I decide to do work outside, um, if I do decide to do work outside, then uh, I would do it. Didn't care because I didn't understand I didn't understand about the covenant. I didn't. I'm telling you the truth. I didn't understand about the covenant. I just thought it was the Sabbath day, and nobody never told me that it's a covenant that you keep, and that covenant that you keep that not it's a covenant that you keep that everything gonna go well for you. So they don't tell you that. No, indeed, they don't tell you that. I can't find it right now. But I want to look for it, and then on the next video, uh, I'm gonna present it to you. This is not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. And I'm Elijah. Until next time.